shit. Here we go again.
And they got Diddy dead to rights when it comes to bribery and extortion. That something like this could ruin him. He wanted the video. He said if it got out, it would ruin his career. Mr. Gomes put the cash through the money counter. There were stacks of $10,000 at the time. The machine displayed at the end $100,000. Rico, which is racketeering.
And also what my mom used to call me.
Que rico. Wait, no, I've heard that in a porn somewhere. That's weird.
God damn.
Whoa.
The Ricans like the mafia and different criminal gangs. Sean Combs is charged with leading a criminal enterprise involving employees and business entities under his control to engage in a wide range of criminal activity, including trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, arson, obstruction of justice.
Diddy is pretty much almost guilty on every single one of them. The only one I can say maybe they have a shot of disputing to a good enough degree that has enough doubt is maybe forced labor, maybe, but everything else, kidnapping, sex trafficking, bribery, arson, obstruction of justice, narcotics distribution, is all have been easily or closely enough proven to a point where I don't know how you can have doubt on the narcotics, because they clearly were druggies and distributing drugs. The obstruction of justice, look at the damn title. The man literally was paying off people to not release these tapes. So you have bribery and obstruction of justice right there. The arson, the Kid Cudi firebombing, you got that already. Kidnapping, you take the assistant and you just at gunpoint to some degree, and you have them go into a car that they don't want to go into to go out so you can chase off Kid Cudi and get to his place. That's kidnapping right there.
She was held against her will twice. At one point alleging she was forced from her apartment and into a car to take Combs and one of his bodyguards to the home of rapper Kid Cudi to, quote, kill him. Cudi was dating his ex, Cassie Ventura, at the time. Clark also claimed Combs threatened to kill Ventura if she didn't convince Kid Cudi not to tell police that Combs was allegedly involved with a break-in at his house.
Sex trafficking, you have a bunch of prostitutes that you and Cassie are having these freak offs off, doing these nasty things, and you're doing it across state lines. That's sex trafficking 101. Yeah, in almost every way, Diddy's gonna be going to jail, and that's the reason why when the Fed comes at you and they have this high conviction rate, it's because they make sure they cross their T's and have every single thing they can on you.
Hey, they get the bribery down. The reason why is they called in the hotel staff and the hotel security. Cassie tape, right? The one who went upstairs and stopped the whole thing from happening. So they brought this guy in. He didn't want to testify. He pleads the fifth. So obviously they give him immunity, so he can't plead the fifth. If you don't know what pleading the fifth is, it's when you basically invoke your right, which is like the Fifth Amendment in the Constitution.
Yeah, it's the Fifth Amendment, so you can't incriminate yourself.
Stops you from testifying. The prosecution wants him to testify, so they give him immunity, so there's no chance he can be charged. So now he has to testify.
Cassie herself, as much as she is a victim, she's also a person who is definitely an accomplice to the type of sex trafficking that they were doing.
Not only does it implicate Diddy, but it implicates his employees. And remember, we're talking about a criminal enterprise. Was Diddy part or head of an organization in which multiple people were engaged in crimes in furtherance of said enterprise? AUSA is the person, basically it's the state. March 10th, 2016, which is the time where the attack on Cassie happened on camera. Where did you work on the day in question? The Intercontinental Hotel. I was told there was an incident involving Sean Combs. Did you see him there? Why was law enforcement not called? Garcia says Miss Ventura did not request it. AUSA says, did you review the incident report? Yes, there was an attachment that I didn't open on the computer, a video file. Did you receive a call? Yes. From who? Christina Coram with the New York area code. She asked if I had the video. Christina Coram is the one that a lot of people have been talking about. It's Diddy's top assistant. She allegedly took care of a lot of the dirty business for him behind the scenes in terms of silencing other employees, paying people off, all these different things. So now her name is being referenced. Really important because very, very likely she's going to testify. I'm suspecting that because she's
if she testifies, not only this case is already a slam dunk, it's just going to be a walk down, beat down. Because if she speaks, what are they going to do? Like, literally, what are they gonna do? What could the defense possibly say or do?
The close to Diddy, she's the one who's going to be flipped, and then that's really going to fuck him. But let's keep listening. What did she ask for? The video. She said Mr. Combs had been intoxicated and didn't remember exactly. What do you tell Miss Coram? That she would have to talk to management. Did she reach out again? Yes, I got a call from Diddy the lobby. I got a call from the lobby. Diddy the lobby sounds crazy. I got a call from lobby.
6 in the morning, in the morning, in the morning.
What did she ask for? The video. How did you respond? That she had to talk to management or file subpoena? Did you tell her that you saw what you saw in the video? Yes, I told her off the record it's bad. Did you get another call? Yes, from a New York area code. It was Mr. Coram. She put someone else on the phone. Who? Mr. Combs. He asked, do you know who I am? What did you say? Yes, you're the Diddler.
Good one. Good one right there.
He asked for the video. He said he'd been intoxicated. I told him I can't give him the video. How did he sound? He was talking fast, stuttering. He sounded nervous. Did you email management? Yes. The email I sent. Why is this important? Because beyond this man just testifying about the fact that he received a bribery, he has corroboration about the requests from them about that video. Again, remember this video didn't come out till years later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So Diddy's team hears there's an email. They
True. This is coming back to bite Diddy in the ass so hard, and knowing Diddy, he might like that.
go objection. The judge goes overruled.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to hear this shit, bitch.
Email as shown has Combs' phone number on it, not redacted. It says Combs, aka P. Diddy, says he is a patron and wants to talk to you. Did you get more calls from Miss Coram? Yes, on my personal number. Ooh. Hey, man, Miss Coram get a little freaky for Diddy. How did you react? Nervous. Miss Coram passed the phone to Mr. Combs again. What did he say? That I sounded like a good guy. That he could help. That something like this could ruin him. He wanted the video. He said if it got out, it would ruin his career. Garcia, I said I didn't have access to the server. He told me he believes I could make it happen. He would take care of me. What do you think he meant? Money for the video. What did you do? I reached out to my supervisor about it. Okay, you want to take a little bribe under the table?
Yo, you want to split 50-50 on this Diddy shit? Because Rilani calling me on my personal phone. The thing that happened is that, listen, if you want in, we could split that. You should split that, take that, take that, take that, and then we shut the fuck up about it. What about that?
Who was your supervisor? Bill Madrano. He told me he would do it for 50 and not cents.
Hey, 50 what?
Okay.
50 bands?
What do you
50 bands.
think that meant? He'd give us 50,000. What did you do? Called Christina, who put Mr. Combs on. He called me Eddie, my angel. I'm sorry. There's like little details like that you're just like, this nigga's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Mr. Combs told me I knew you could do it. Let's do it right away. Objection, Your Honor. Pause. Sustained. Diddy, stop being gay. All right. He went into the server room. Then he handled. He handed me.
Yeah, he's just getting so much into this whole Diddy trial, talking about he handled him.
Okay. Oh, damn. Diddy's getting to you. You know, I read this. You're getting that Diddy fever.
Hey, listen. Then he handed me a black USB. What I read is then he handled me with a black USB.
God
and
damn.
said done. But anyways, then he handed me a black USB and said done. The video was in the USB. What did you do? Told Mr. Combs. Where did Mr. Combs want to meet? West LA. He said, let's get it done. He wanted the video as soon as possible. I told Bill. He told me to tell the others, and I was on an errand for him. So basically, his supervisor covered for him. They are getting paid. They're splitting it. What was the meeting point? A big high-rise building. I called the number and someone came, said he was Mr. Combs' bodyguard. How did he look? Older, African-American, heavy-set, 6'3" to 6'5". That is, if I remember, D-Rock. He's the man.
Yeah, that's a big boy right there.
Who's referenced a lot, went to jail for some time, ended up coming out becoming Puffy's bodyguard. But he was also implicated with Diddy, Biggie.
Oh.
Biggie, Diddy, it's all these names. But it's important because I'm suspecting from everything that I've read that this man is either flipping on Diddy or he's a co-conspirator. My odds are he not wanting to go back to jail, so he gonna snitch on the man. But
it's gonna be a snitching marathon.
They walk through that door, you don't say nothing.
She did it! She's the one you want! All right, I was just sitting at home watching cartoons, playing video games with my cousin, and she came in there.
Glenn,
all right?
you're free.
Hey, I am not going to jail for you or anybody else.
Which is all right in this case, because, man, as much as I will keep saying I don't view Cassie as the best victim in the world, because I feel that she should also suffer some consequences, I can at least say that the majority of all the consequences should be falling on Diddy, as he's the main perpetrator of all of what's been going on.
But again, this guy was there for a lot of the crimes. He's allegedly the man who took Capricorn Clark, one of Diddy's assistants, brought her to a high rise, put her in a room, closed the door, and then she had to do a lie detector test.
And before in the comments people go crazy, I'm definitely saying the Cassie part for you threatened to kill somebody, and on top of that, you were a part of a lot of these freak offs to the point where you were getting these prostitutes to come across state lines. So you're a part of this too.
5 days straight. And basically they're saying, if you don't pass this test, because they suspected she stole some jewelry, if you don't pass this test, we're going to throw you in the East River. Everyone who's part of the conspiracy, even if they didn't commit every crime, is going to jail if the DA is pressing charges against them. So it's in their best interest to flip. You're looking at 20 years. 20 years in federal prison. And federal prison is not like state prison or anything of the sorts, because you don't get parole.
You're flipping.
At best, you might get 15% of your sentence shaved if you have good behavior. That's at best. But generally speaking, this man is looking at 20 years in prison, and that's why they're going to flip. What did he say? That he kind of came up with Mr. Combs, that he was a good guy and I was doing a good thing. Mr. Combs was smiling, called me Eddie, my angel. My voice was crackling, so I said I was coming down with something. Mr. Combs said Christina to go get me some of the tea that he liked, and then he asked me, do you have it? I said yes, and handed it to him. What'd he do? He left, came back, he asked if it was the only copy, and you said, I believe so. Mr. Combs said it had to be the only copy, nothing in the cloud. I called Mr. Medrano and he said it was the only copy. He took it off the server. What else did you say? That if Cassie filed a complaint, I could only get in trouble. Garcia, Mr. Combs said, don't worry, Cassie wanted it gone too. He called her on FaceTime and showed me. She was in a hoodie, but I recognized her. What did Ventura say? That she had a movie coming out and wanted this to not come out. He wanted my ID and that Mr. Medrano and the responding officer, Mr. Flores, but he was a very straight guy and probably wouldn't do it. I told Bill. What did Medrano say? We'd get Henry Elias, the other responding officer. Back to what I was saying. So when it comes to this case,
Now, Abba and these characters he likes pulling off. He needs to get his wig together anyways. Look at it, it's slipping.
the fact that they have so many witnesses, big donk for the prosecution.
What was that like? What the fuck was that?
I got Sam. Okay, this is why it's important. Okay, come back.
Lock him up through the.
Mr. Combs saw the IDs. He looked at Henry and said, "Yeah, that's him." Then he brought out the NDAs that I wouldn't speak about it. Do you recognize this? Yes, it states I provide the only copy of the video. Did you read it? No, I was serious. No, I was nervous. And were you given a copy? No. And the NDA, what were the liquidated damages? $1 million. Meaning if you violated the NDA, he would have to pay a penalty of
$1 million.
And what? Mr. Gomes put the cash through the money counter. There were stacks of $10,000 at the time. The machine displayed at the end $100,000. Why the additional $50,000 for me and what he thought was Israel Flores? How did Mr. Combs give you the $100,000 in a brown paper bag? Was the bodyguard there? Yes. It was Mrs. Coram present? Yes. You see why they're asking this question? They're putting these two individuals at the scenes of the crime. Why? Because they're fucking flipping. And if I work for Diddy and I'm looking at 20 years, I'm flipping too. They are flipping. Mark my...
Like they say, no honor among thieves or / criminals.
My words. I told you motherfuckers, he's going to jail. I just don't know how long. I'm certain these bitches is flipping.
Yeah, they are.
Mr. Combs escorted me to my car. He asked how I'd spend it. He said not to make any big purchases. What did you do? Called Bill Medrano, gave him 50. How much to Mr. Elias? 20. What did you do with your 30? Bought a used car with cash. So he did. Paid his manager 50, took 30, which I will say, this is a good man.
Yes.
You want to know why he's a good man?
Because I would have taken that.
Because he told his manager that I got an extra 50. Oh, nigga, if it's me and I'm being crooked, I would never take the bribe personally. But if it was, I wouldn't.
Nah,
Not for that.
I don't believe that for a second. The way this man talks, no way.
I wouldn't take it for that.
I don't think you would.
Preacher saying that for the camera.
I wouldn't.
I don't think you would.
Like, there's certain things I'm very capable of. I'd admit it. That's not one of them.
I know.
But
You know what? Maybe. Sure. Fine. I'll give him a plausible deniability on that.
he had an extra 50, told the manager the truth, and gave the money to the cop.
Which, you know what the thing is? It's actually good.
Why?
Because that proves that he's in his disloyalty loyal.
Yeah.
In the way that he's in his crookedness.
Yeah.
He's actually stands on his words.
To a degree. I think
To a degree.
Did you hear from Mr. Combs again? Yes, he called me and told me Happy Easter if I ever needed anything. Hey, did you ever reach out to him later? Yes, a few years later via Instagram. I asked if there was work in LA. I never heard back. The little thing was like Happy Easter. People think that's insignificant. But when you run a criminal organization and when you're engaged in this kind of stuff, you're constantly paranoid. You're constantly thinking of where are my weaknesses. And what you do is you message people, you look into little things to put out feelers to feel if there's anything that's suspicious or off. So why would he ever send this man many years later a Happy Easter? It's probably he's feeling nervousness about the shit that he's done. And he starts messaging random people.
Yeah, because you think back on it. Especially when the anniversary of whatever the hell you did comes up. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh shit, I did help that dude and he did. Let me
make sure we're still on good terms.
Hey,
Yup.
Yeah. Shit. Happy Easter. Huh.
Mr. Flores, did you see the video again? Yes, on a news outlet. Mr. Flores messaged me with a screenshot. Did you keep the messages? No, I wanted nothing to do with it. This is when the video first came out 2 years ago. Were you contacted by law enforcement? Yes. Did you tell the truth? No, I want.
This is where the juicy part comes out, because that video was foul. Like there's no words to describe how fucked Diddy was once that video was released and the general public got to see that. Yeah, you can't walk that back. You can't run away from that.
Want nothing to do with it. Did you get your own lawyer and then tell the truth? Yes. No further questions, Mr. Steele. Sir, you were in the condominium unit with Mr. Combs and the others and received double what your boss was requesting. Fair? Yes. You told your boss because you're honest, right? Yes. You asked Mr. Combs for work? Yes. Let me show you the NDA. Under NDA, you can't speak, is my understanding. It says nothing prohibits truthful statements in legal proceedings. I see that. You weren't law enforcement, no? No. I have nothing further. Redirect. This is when the AUSA comes back. He goes, Para 4, can you read it? Can you read it after, however? And Garcia says, yes. Notify company to allow company to prevent disclosure. So you'd have to notify them first. Yes. Objection overruled. Now, why is this important? Because the defense made it sound like, well, Mr. Combs didn't stop you from telling the truth, did they? He's like, well, the way I understood, but is it in the contract? No. Good. So he's trying to make it sound like Diddy's not stopping you from going to tell the truth. And then the AUSA says, yeah, read paragraph 4. What does it say? Before you tell the truth, what do you have to do? Let the nigga I just watched on camera with the big fucking bodyguard beat a bitch in a hotel lobby. I'm telling you, this witness is probably one of the most important ones right now.
For now, I have a feeling they have so much left in the chamber. It's just going to be headshot after headshot. Like Diddy is, anyone who is sitting here thinking that Diddy is not going to spend time in prison has a level of delusion that has no bounds. Like, it is endless.
A search at Miami airport, law enforcement seized 2 cell phones from Christina Quorum. She's his right-hand man. And what did they find on those 2 cell phones? Read this. 24 contacts were located on one of the phones, including, in quotations, Eddie, my angel. And another one is Eddie, my angel friend, Intercontinental.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That's true.
This corroborates the entire story that security guard just told. There is also a photo of the IDs on the device. Which IDs are they talking about? Remember before they took the bribes? He wanted my ID and that Mr. Medrano and the responding officer, Mr. Flores. They found those on the phone. This happened over 8 years ago. Right after this witness came up, the CFO, which I believe is the chief financial officer for Diddy's companies, came to the stand. That means that he's about to testify under subpoena about all the behind the scenes of financial transactions that happened for Diddy. And he just testified to the extortion of Cassie's mother. So they go on break. All right, I want to just pause it there. Yesterday, they had the cross-examination of Mia, who was the second victim. And she was the one who's testifying to the fact that Combs forced her to, snort things. Diddy forced himself on her multiple times. She testified to the fact that he was incredibly controlling. He witnessed him beat Cassie. She witnessed a lot of violence. Cross-examining comes across, and that's Brian Steele's time. And at this point, he's laying into her. He's showing video evidence of the fact that, she wished Combs happy birthday a bunch of times. She sent him a bunch of strange messages showing like affection, love, a lot of things that just made her seem incredibly
willing.
Not credible. That's the best way I could put it. So the defense does a pretty great job on cross-examination, making her seem like she's nothing and her claims are nothing. Even though she came across initially as credible, I think the defense did a fantastic job in that regards. Not that I agree with it. It doesn't matter what I agree with. I'm talking about the job they're doing.
Yeah, the way they make it look.
The problem for the prosecution is simple.
Everybody that's coming out, everybody else that's coming out. It's not. Yeah, you did. Like you won that fight, but the battle is not over.
The battle's not over. The battle's not over.
Yeah, I think he misspoke. He meant the defense right there. But yeah, the defense, it's an onslaught right now. You're like destroyed.
You got all this baby oil, you can't stop it, bro. I'm serious.
Or a good one for my anime fans right there. When future Gohan was about to get destroyed by 17 and 18. This is what's happening to the defense team for Diddy. There's nowhere to go. They're getting showered.
All this baby oil, like when a nigga does this, he going to jail. You know what I mean? When a nigga does this, he's going to jail. Okay? And with that in mind, I want y'all just to think. Baby oil right now, 2-for-1 special. John & Johnson, Amazon, $25.99. I pay full price because I'm worth every dollar. No. Okay.
Why the wig? The wig's on the floor. Why the wig?
I don't know. When I put on the wig, I just feel creepy. And that, when I want to get in my Diddy face.
You don't need no wig. You don't need the wig.
I don't need it.
You're glistening.
He's absolutely wrong. Not just because of the glistening, but there's already creepy aspects to ABBA anyways.
Same way Diddy don't need that baby oil in that room. But you know what? When you a bad boy for life, big dong, put it in Cassie. Yes, that's my direct. That's how I feel this nigga was in the back of the room.
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me.
Yay. Happy birthday to you.
Why are you holding your boobs?
It's not holding my boobs. This is just me, getting comfortable.
God damn.
Okay, like I was saying. So, the fact that they have all these witnesses who are going to flip is just very difficult to overcome this. The defense, they're doing the best they can. They just have an undefendable client, in my opinion. And the thing is, they've already proven RICO. They've already hit multiple predicate acts.
It's a slam dunk.
1,000% have him for this bribery charge. They're going to have him on obstruction of justice. They're going to have him when it comes to the drug distribution. Why? Because they already arrested his drug. They going to get this man. The only question I told y'all is how long. But Diddy...
Forever.
Well, he's already 50, right?
Forever.
So he's
done.
He's gonna die in jail.
He's done. He's done.
But this week is the week.
He's gonna be the next Epstein for sure.
That they take the big old strap on of the law and they fuck him. They fuck him real good.
That is definitely true. Very graphic, but very true.
All right, and I think that's what's happening.
You're glistening for no reason.
Hey, that's not the baby oil. That's my personality. You ever seen this photo? Is Diddy on a bike?
Yeah.
And then 50's in the back. You know there ain't no seat on that bike, right?
50 is just savage, man.
The feds, when they come for you, it's like an avalanche. This is why I was telling people, like, oh, there's no case or whatever. I'm like, you guys have to understand what a federal prosecution means. This is not a state prosecution. There's a reason why their conviction rate is high. There's a reason why they're going crazy. People are like, I don't see Rico. I'm telling you, it was very obvious when you read the indictment, the kind of proof they had and who they had flipped. Only one he has a chance on is the trafficking. And that's important because it probably carries the highest charge. You're talking about a minimum 20 years. But the Rico conviction?
It's done.
Oh!
It's done. They flipped everybody like Diddy flipped Cassie from her back to her stomach. It's crazy.
That's a bar right there. That's true, though.
Allegedly, Diddy never did that. That was the escorts. Just want to make that
but
clear.
he commanded
Because Diddy was in that room like this, Daddy, and you're like, ooh, I like that. I like it when you hit it from the back.
Take that.
Diddy was definitely on that Sneeko vibes, like super cucks.
And I'm like, oh, yo, I'm like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. No! You know what? I think
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
It's me and you and the escort.
Anyways, there's nothing else to say on my part.
I've been waiting.
It's a wrap.
Think I want to make my move.
It's a wrap.
Tell me, baby, if you like it.
It's a wrap. You want to pay wages. How long you think? I say 32.
That's what you said initially wasn't that. You remember what you initially said?
What?
Initially what you said was like 5 to 10 years. Once Corin flips, once the other guy flips, what they're going to get him on is eventually kidnapping and holding Cassie against her will. That's what I suspect.
How much?
And I think when that happens, that's when the trafficking comes into play.
How much?
Life in prison. You know, the funny thing is the defense is not even arguing that he isn't a horrible person. They're saying, yeah, you know, he beat her a few times. They're not even arguing. So you have to imagine a jury is going to find it in their best interest to find him guilty because of everything that's coming out.
Yeah. He's going to be guilty on all charges.
That is,
I say he's going to be guilty on all charges.
So here's my thing. I think he's getting life if the trafficking comes into play. If it doesn't, I got him on 30. I think they got him on RICO and the 2 counts of the violation of the Mann Act. That's what I think they got him on. For sure. That's my really... And they're doing a good job. They're making a lot of them seem wishy-washy. For people who don't really buy into how victims of, you know, sexual violence or whatever react, especially apparently because the jury is a lot of older people, you can see the angle that they're going for, which is like, you're lying, you're just here for the money. The problem, because when there's so many of them testifying the same thing, it's like, do I really believe that all these people are lying, that the cop is lying, that the guy at the hotel is lying, that the security guard, like you just can't, the stylist is lying, like even the men are all saying the same thing. So
yeah, it's too much. It's overwhelming, and the girth of the law is going to break in and just destroy Diddy. That's pretty much it.
No. Wait. That nigga is guilty!